Welcome to the Healing Pod. I'm Megan, a licensed clinical psychologist.
And I'm Jessica, a licensed clinical social worker, and this is our journey of navigating anxiety as we learn to take up space and create an environment where we feel that we can belong.
Join us together as we learn not just to survive, but to thrive in our anxious brains.
This podcast is intended for educational and informational purposes only. It is not a substitute for professional therapy or medical advice. If you are experiencing any mental health concerns, please seek support from a qualified mental health professional or healthcare provider. Remember, your mental health is important, and seeking personalized professional help is key to your well-being.
And welcome back. We have figured out that starting drinking before the podcast makes you record for a long time before you actually start the podcast. Cheers.
6 minutes to begin with.
That's from when we started on here. So nice to hear y'all again, see y'all again. Hopefully you're all enjoying watching us, listening to us, however you enjoy us. We are looking at relationships and dealing with anxiety in terms of accepting help and support, which we totally are working on. We're getting there. We're getting better.
Yes. So welcome to our wine and bitch while we learn and teach how we accept support and where we're still struggling to accept support, and that's okay.
And it is still a struggle. I mean, I have been married for 18 years. We were engaged for like almost 2 years before that, and I've known her since the 10th grade. So like I have all of this practice of accepting fucking help and saying, hey, I'm stressed, I need help. And it is still a struggle at days. It really still is. I'm old as fuck too. Cheers.
Well, I turn old as fuck tomorrow.
Happy almost old as fuck day.
Yes. And I have not made it 18 years married to this man, but we're going on 4 years.
You also have
How long
kids
have we been
together?
married?
Right? Let's ask. No, I'm just kidding. But you also, like, you have your kids and his kids, and then the two of your kid combined. So I think that ages it a bit too. That adds the
That
extra
ages me.
layers.
There's some gray hairs in here.
I call them tinsel. Can't see it on the camera, but I call them tinsel.
And I think
'Cause
all
I
that
love
stress
people.
and the gray hairs comes from asking for support. It'd be easier if people just let us do it ourselves.
It would be, but then we also fall apart and collapse and are constantly on that state of breakdown and burnout. And no, it's fine. It's fine. I'm just gonna eat 3 carrots for dinner because that's what I found in the fridge, and I don't have any energy for myself.
Yes, I eat world peanuts for dinner.
I have eaten like a jar of pickles at some point before. They are my stress food. Occasionally
Mine
that
too.
has been dinner. Yeah. You just here's a jar of pickles. Let me just eat that. And okay, maybe the world will be better. There's pickles.
Facts. All the facts.
It does make the world better. It does not make a nutritious and sustaining dinner, especially when I can just say, I am completely done. And some wonderful person that for some reason likes me, like, orders food. It's weird. I know. It's just weird.
I would say after 18 plus years, though, she knows you're pretty stinking well at this point.
She
She's
really
like,
does.
this woman is going to come home and eat a whole jar of pickles if I do not order something.
Mm-hmm. She can tell. Or say she can just tell. It's like, okay, do you have it in you to pick it? Nope, I'm just gonna have it delivered. Whatever we can get delivered. How's that sound? Or I'll go, but she goes and picks it up at times. It's great. Or we'll come home and I'll be like, oh, I kind of wanted that. She's like, I'll go to the store. I'm like, don't you dare. You do not leave this house. We are both in this house. Don't you dare.
So it sounds like a people pleaser married a people pleaser.
Oh, 5,000%. And that's like part of it, like part of my relationship with Casey. It was the shock and awe of, what do you mean you realize I am full of shit and falling apart and could actually use some support? Why are you not buying my bullshit? Like, that was the, "Huh, I can't process this, with you don't believe my bullshit. Huh." Yeah, and
So wait,
that's
if
been
you're
migraine.
the turtle, is she your shell?
Yes. So, I have I have this well-honed masking ability of I can fake it very, very well. Like, we were just talking while drinking beforehand. I can shut off my brain, and it's not really shut off. It's just, "Huh, this is gonna kill me with anxiety. I'm gonna go for it anyway. Sure, why not? I'll just sit here in this situation and recognize the fact that I'm about to explode. This is fine. This is completely fine." And Casey, on the other side of it, doesn't have that filter. She has the, "No, I don't wanna do this. This makes me miserable. I'm leaving." I'm like, "What? That's allowed. Can I come with you, please?"
Oh,
Yeah. She is teaching me that is allowed.
that is a thing. Other
It
people do it. We
is.
don't do that, but other people do
No.
it.
Other people can do that. It's like, you can say no. You can say, "I'm tired, I'm stressed, I'm overwhelmed, I'm going home. I don't want to." You don't have to smile all the time at people. 'Cause she doesn't, because socially with strangers, with people, she doesn't. If she's done, she's done. With people that she needs, so me, her family, the close friends, she can't upset them, and so we go through this, "It's okay to say no. How do we say no? How do we," they love us, they accept us, it's okay. Like, we go through all of that stuff, but when it's not that close person, she can just say no. And it's like, "Really? Wow. You don't need them to
I
like
s-
it? Okay."
yeah, I struggle to say no, even say no to like clients that I've never met.
Mhm.
Like, oh, you just called me for a consultation and you want to work with me? Okay.
Yes. And, like, I have tried really hard to build that break in, so I'm not just saying, "Yes, how do I fix that? Yes, how do I fix that? Yes, how do I make myself useful? How do I make myself useful to you? How do I prove I'm a decent human being? How do I prove I am worth exist?" It is very hard for me to take that pause and not just jump in there and fix when someone says, "This is an issue."
Yes, same.
Mhm. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So you get that in a relationship with another people pleaser, and it's the, "Your mood is slightly off today. What do you need? What do you need? What do you need? What do you need? I am annoying the shit out of you. How do I stop annoying the shit out of you? What do you need?"
Yeah. And I feel like with Ryan, it's the polar opposite, right? Like I am the chronic people pleaser. I need to make sure everybody is happy because if you're not happy and your mood seems a little off,
Mhm,
it's my responsibility to fix it. And he's the very like independence. I have RBF. Like if something's wrong, I'll tell you. It's like you're gonna know it's wrong.
mhm,
But also I look like everything's wrong all of the time.
mhm,
And I am always trying to anticipate his mood and fix things, and it frustrates the ever living hell out of him. He's like, "Sometimes I'm just mad, or sometimes I'm just
mhm.
happy, or sometimes I'm loud because I found something awesome." And I'm like, and I'm immediately like, "Oh my god, you're loud. What's wrong? What happened? What can I do to fix it?" And he's like, "Can't I just express that I'm excited?" And I'm like, "No, because they're stressing me out. Now I'm walking on it." It's
There was a lot
funny
of
now.
noise.
Yeah, it's funny now, but, like, in those moments, it's very, like, "Oh my
Mhm,
gosh," like, my whole nervous system is just, like, overloaded because immediately I wanna jump into, I need to fix things because things can't just be okay,
right.
because that means there's nothing for me to take care of, and I don't
Yes.
know how to do that.
Yeah. And, like, we talked about before, like, being in this caring profession, it's that outpouring of, "I have a place, I have a purpose, and if I am not being used for that purpose, do I belong? Do you really want me around if I'm not useful to you? Do you just
Am I
like
worthy?
me? That's weird." Yeah. Yeah. Am I worthy? Why on earth would you love me? I get that you love me, But why? I'm just me.
And I think even there's been times where I've even maybe subconsciously it has come out of my mouth, like, "I don't even love me. Why do you love
Mm,
me?" And then
mhm,
I'm like, "Wait a minute. I thought I did love me, but only when I'm worthy, right?"
mm, yeah. And what does that mean to be worthy to yourself if you're measuring yourself by, am I being useful to every other person?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's amazing how we can preach this to our clients, but then when we, like, pause and look at it with ourselves, we're like, "Oh, I'm not practicing what I preach all the
Mhm.
time."
And I do try, like, I try really hard to be open of no one is perfect at this stuff. I am definitely not perfect at this stuff. This is what I have learned from my books and from my experience and from other people and from myself. This is what I am trying. This is what I have found is helpful. This is where I find I trip up a lot and what I need to pay attention to and what I know tends to be a problem.
Absolutely.
Yeah, please don't put us on a pedestal. I will fall face first, smash everything on my way down
And because
on
it makes
purpose.
me so incredibly uncomfortable, I will intentionally trip off the side just so I can try to get off it a little bit faster.
Yes. Oh, that desire to make yourself less and smaller with that feeling of discomfort. It's like, oh, you're thinking I'm good. I'm going to be miserable and fail you. Let me take that apart. Let me undermine myself. Let me be here on the ground where I know I'm not pond scum. I'm a little better than pond scum. So if I put myself down at the level of pond scum, I know I'm okay. I know I'm better than that. So we're good.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Pull out of yourself like I'm better than pond scum. We're good. That's all I need.
Yes. When you are feeling really anxious and
Mhm.
overwhelmed and stressed and all of the things, like everything is coming down on you and other people are not regulated around you, how do your reactions come out?
So it's it really depends. Like I am good at shutting off my brain. I'm good at shoving everything into that back space, which for me creates this 2 foot square of space wherever I am sitting. And if I move outside of that face, I am going to explode or the world's going to implode or something. So I am stuck. And I can't move and I can't really think and I can't really focus on anything and I'll scroll through the phone or I'll just pick at things. Like I won't do anything, but I can't move. And I feel so yeah and stuck being in that space. Or on the other end of it, if I leave that space, I try to pick up and I try to do it and it's just nothing's getting done. I'm bouncing all over the place and I walk 30 miles an hour or I'm talking 60 miles an hour or it's just all of that anxious. I have this energy and I don't have anywhere to put it and I don't know what to do with it. And there's more coming in and I'm afraid what's going to happen if I turn around and look at it all.
Yes, I am the same way. I need to, when I'm feeling overwhelmed and like things are too much and my brain is racing, I'm either like rushing to feed the animals because
Mm.
that's gives me something to focus on, or I'm obsessively cleaning my house and putting away things and moving and doing. But then I also find that I'm very like short and snappy with everybody. And then everybody's upset because I'm snapping at them for no reason. And it just like, oh, my hair is on fire and I can't regulate myself in this moment because I don't know what's going on. I need to slow down and just breathe. And I will go to my room and I will just sit on the end of my bed. And sometimes I have to allow myself to just sit with it, even though I'm probably going to cry because I'm a crier, guys. I cry all the time. Can't help it. Or I need to go out. And I've noticed when I'm overwhelmed and I'm anxious, I avoid my animals and they're my happy. Like, and it's
Mhm.
because the second I start petting them, I feel everything I've been blocking.
Mhm.
And then I have to process it, and I don't like to do that all the time.
Yes.
So leaning into that avoidance instead of away from it, and I'm really trying to get better about resisting that avoidance piece of feeling what I'm feeling.
Mhm. Yeah, and, like, the actual processing of it and not the ruminating on it, and not the
Yes,
getting
there is a
stuck
difference.
on it. There is, it seems, like, pedantic and I'm just word playing and things like that, but it's are you spinning it around and adding those layers to it and building it up and getting caught in the middle of it? Or are you slowing it down and peeling it apart and sitting with each piece of it and saying, okay, do I need this? Where does this land? What is this about? Where did that come from? What started this one? Where did that land? Just kind of trying to get to the bottom of it.
Yes, absolutely. And the more that you're willing to reflect and look at what you're feeling, why am I feeling this way? Instead
Mhm.
of getting defensive of everybody's like, oh, why are you in such a bad mood? And instead of saying, I'm not, slowing down and saying, wait, why do they think I'm in a bad
Mhm.
mood? What am I actually feeling right now and why?
Mhm. Or just that catching yourself and realizing, hey, everything I've said has been just like 30% bitchier today. I'm really sorry.
Happens. Definitely. That's when my impulsive comments to people they shouldn't
Mhm.
come out.
Yeah. See, I just get the snarky, sarcastic, like my entire life is an eye roll type sound.
Same.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. And you can see it all over my face. If I think you're stupid, you're gonna know.
Oh, yeah. Mhm.
My masking is not there those days.
Mhm. And that's the, "Oh, I need to do anything else." And yeah, like, if I can get out with the horses and do something with that, if I can go walk the dogs, if I can the movement for me seems to help a lot because I can
Mhm.
do that really, really, really fast-paced walking and then tire myself out physically, and then my brain's like, "Oh, I'm tired, I should slow down too," and then I can come back to let's actually breathe. Let's actually think. Let's actually work through this stuff.
Yes. Absolutely.
And see, and I'm lucky because Casey will literally just say, "Okay, go do something with the horses. Why don't you take the dogs for a walk? Why don't we go do that?" Like she can feel when I'm at that point and I need to, and so she'll do that. And then on the flip side is me trying to encourage her to do the same thing when she needs it. Like, "Hey, do you want to take a nap on a couch because you're about to pass out tonight and we'll take care of the animals later? Do you wanna go for a walk? Do you wanna come for a walk with me or do you want the time alone? You're feeling something and you need it too." And it's taken a while. I'm really good now at not taking it personally when I know it's not me. If I have no clue what it is, I still need to check in. But if I know it's not me, then I know it's not me. And that is so much of a relief from where we started in our relationship when everything was about me, obviously, because why would it be about anyone else?
You're at the center of her world.
Me, I don't want to be, but clearly I think I'm the most important person ever.
Clearly.
Yeah. And isn't that a funny anxiety flip? It's like, wow, I think I'm worthless and the most important person ever in the cause of all of your anxiety.
Yes. Absolutely. In fact, I just had this conversation with Ryan tonight of
Mhm.
I don't like to be the center of attention. And he
No.
knows that. He knows
Mhm.
that I don't like when a big deal is made about me because then I'm uncomfortable because everybody's looking at me. But at the same time, I was like, my birthday's tomorrow and I don't feel like you planned anything and I don't feel like I'm important. And he's like, I'm so confused. I know you don't like when I
Oh,
make a big deal. I made you, you were talking about I
oh,
a TikTok guys. And I was I kept finding these dill pickle boiled peanuts. And I'm like, nobody makes these. They do Cajun and original. So when I had to work Saturday, he YouTubed or whatever how to make dill pickle boiled peanuts, and he made them for me. And he was so excited and so proud. And he's like, "I did that for your birthday. I did it a couple days early, but it's something you've been wanting, and I made it myself." And I was like, "And I loved it. Why you didn't plan anything?" And I'm so selfish. He's like, you're kind of crazy, lady.
Oh, but that's stuck where you know it. You're like, "I see the thing you did, and I appreciate it so much, but right now I am feeling so down and neglected and disheartened that I am just in this space, and I know you're right there, and I know you're loving me, and I know you're offering me this stuff, and I don't know how to accept it. I don't know how
Yeah.
to let you in because right now that's not what I feel." And it is not about them at that moment. It is not about Casey, it's not about Ryan, it's not about, "You haven't loved me enough." It's just it's just us being stuck in that feeling. And until we can calm
Yes.
that feeling down, we can't accept any other information. We
And
have to get that
it's
feeling out.
so hard to explain that to people,
Yes.
especially when like you're in that moment and you're like, the whole world, the sky is falling, chicken little. Like, I can't function. I don't know what I'm feeling, and I don't know how to express to you what I need because
Mhm,
I don't know what I need right now. And I feel like, for those people who are so secure and they're like, I can tell you what I need, and I know what I need, and I know what I feel. And when you deal with anxiety and all of the feelings jumble up all the time, it's really hard to know what kind of support you're asking for. And it really comes out as, you don't do these things for me. When in reality, you're like, I don't really care if you do those things. Why is my brain even there? And it's, I don't know how to express to you what I'm
mhm,
feeling right now. So instead, I'm going to pick the one thing you didn't do and be upset about it because that's the only thing I know how to
mhm.
verbalize.
Yeah, I call them like the keystone arguments. So it's not really about this thing, and this thing is not a perfect example, but this thing feels kind of like that feeling I have at the moment. So I'm gonna harp on this thing because the second you pick this one apart, I have 20 other examples and I have 30 other people that have done the same thing to me that I can pull all up and say, this is what I'm feeling. And that's exactly it. It's not about this thing. It's not about that moment. It's not about Ryan not doing something for your birthday. It's about I don't feel important enough all through this line, all through all of these people, all through all of this stuff.
Mhm.
And this is the moment
Absolutely.
that hit that again when I was not not strong enough to mask it completely from myself. And so it all just hit me. Yeah.
Yes. And this is why masking is not good, friends. It helps you get through, it keeps you safe,
Mhm,
it helps you function. But behind that mask, all of the shit is still happening.
mhm,
And if you don't sort it and you hide behind the mask, eventually it's going to start spilling out.
mhm, mhm. And it has no choice but to spill out. If you're shoving everything down, there is only so much capacity we have. And so it will spill out. There will be an overpour and you'll shove it back down. There'll be another overpour and you'll shove it back down. If you never deal with all the layers of stuff, it's gonna overflow. There's no drain. There's no shove it down and it self mulches and turns into a pretty little garden of wonderful things. No, it doesn't do that. It stays
Not
shredded.
yet, anyways.
No, no, it's still shit. It's still shit. We drank. There is no rating tonight. There's no one F
Sorry,
bomb
guys.
for the night. Sorry.
Hey, I think we've done really good for episode
Yeah.
8, and we maybe dropped a couple naughty words here and there.
I know, I know.
Or as
Eh,
Ryder calls them, those are mommy words.
I love that you claimed those words for yourself. Yeah, those are mommy words, yes. Mommy gets to use those words. He'll
Yes.
just have to come up with his own swear words if he wants to use them.
Oh, he does. That child. His
Wow.
intelligence is incredibly way too high, and I do not think I'm going to be able to keep up with him as he gets older.
You underestimate yourself. Also, good luck. Smart kids. Smart kids are so much fun, and yep, good luck. Good luck.
Yes. And I worry because he also is showing signs of like being an anxious people pleaser. He's always trying to read my emotions and frequently like I know if I'm thinking I think I look sad, or I'm assuming I look sad
Mhm.
because he tells me I do. And he'll be like, Mommy, are you sad? Why are you sad? And now
Mm.
he's learned to use it against me because
Mm.
we just moved. So he's in a new room. And when it gets dark out, he's always slept in the dark. Never been an issue. Sleeps with the door shut. Never been an issue. Now I go to tuck him in. I need you to lay with me. It's scary in here. It's scary. So we got a nightlight. We now have a TV in the room. He's never had that before. And it's still scary. Mommy, I'm so nervous. It's scary.
Oh.
I need you to lay with me. I'm like, stop being cute. Go to bed.
Aw. I'll send him a couple of our haunted golf balls. I'll keep him company.
He stole my emotional support pony.
Oh, man, I'll have to make you another one. I should for your birthday. I should make you something else. That'll be totally late. It's so freaking late. But still.
Oh, we got off track. Sorry.
Totally. We do that. Spouses, yes.
Okay. Accepting criticism. How do you deal with that?
Well, there's 2 sides of it. So, there's the self-denigrating, I assume I'm doing everything wrong, so I'm ready to be told that everything is wrong and that I will do anything at all to please you, so please just tell me everything I'm wrong side. And then there's the other side of like, "No, I've been trying really hard and I really want you to like me, and if you criticize me, does that mean you don't like me? What are we doing?" And then there's a third side where I just admit I'm a slob and sorry, I'm gonna be messy, and that's why it's contained to my office and not the entire rest of the world space. But it
Yeah.
is hard. It is very hard on any level with the anxiety and the people pleasing, because by its definition, criticism means I did not please you. Criticism means I have not lived up to my self expectation of I have to be everything that you anticipate and that you need and that you want from me. I didn't do that. And now you're telling me I didn't do that. And what does that mean? And
Yes.
that's the hard part. What does it mean? Are you telling me I suck and you hate me? Are you telling me I am making your life worse when all I wanna do is make you happy? Or are you telling me, "Hey, this thing is slightly irritating. Can we work on this and fix this because it'll make both of us happier?"
Yeah. And that's hard. And I think people see it as because there's so little understanding of the way that anxiety works its way through your brain that when you are struggling to accept criticism, it's not oh, I think I'm better than you and I'm perfect and don't tell me what I did was wrong. But it really truly is a matter of, oh no, I didn't please you. I screwed something up again. Now you're going to be upset with me and I'm so sorry. I'm sorry I couldn't make you happy. What can I do to make it better? Not, oh,
Mhm,
sorry, I can't make you happy because I'm not perfect. Like it truly is I've let you down and now I feel like I failed.
mhm. And just what does that failure mean? Does that failure mean I lose this relationship that means so much to me, that I rely on so much, that provides me with so much good? Does it mean I'm in danger of being alone? Does it mean I am as worthless as I fear I am? Or does it mean I'm human and I suck at remembering to empty the dishwasher? I do. I do. That's my job and I suck at it.
Yeah. I'm forgetful. It
Mhm,
happens. Ryan laughs because I will run back to the house 20 times for different things and still forget what I originally went into the house for.
mhm. And it's worse the more stressed I am,
Mhm.
because then I do that
Exactly.
tunnel vision and I shut in and I look at the mess in front of me that needs to be cleaned and I just gloss over it and move on.
Yes. The more overwhelmed and anxious I am, the less I'm gonna get done because when I look at it, it is too much and
Mhm,
I literally go into shutdown mode. Like I cannot function. I'm just gonna walk outside. And the next thing I know, I've been watering the horses for 2 hours,
mhm. Literally, you just spray the horses down, it's great.
just staring at them. Okay, friends. We'll have a
Mhm.
whole conversation. And then I'm like, oh shit, the oven was on in the house.
Oops.
We're having pizza for dinner.
It'll be better. But yeah, like, and it's a lot of practice and it's a lot of stepping into that space and asking, what does this criticism mean? You are telling me this. Why are you telling me this? What is the point of this? Like, if I'm in that headspace where I'm just going to flippantly say, oh, yeah, I know I suck. I'm the most horrible person in the world. I will believe that. I will go into that. It's like, yeah, absolutely. Anything you say I do wrong is because I'm horrible and I don't deserve to be loved and I don't deserve to be wanted by anyone. And I shouldn't exist. Why would you want me to exist? I didn't put the laundry away for 4 weeks. Whatever.
Yep.
But it's, if I can step in and, you know, I haven't said it with the specific words, but if you need the specific words of what does this criticism mean to you? Why are you telling me this? What's the point? And there are very different points. There are relationships where the point of criticism is to belittle, is to put you in your place, is to remind you you're not that great. You are not that good. I could get rid of you if you don't please me. Those are dangerous relationships. We don't want to encourage those. We don't want to put a lot of effort into those. We want to run away from those screaming. Or not screaming. Sneak out at night. That works too. Yeah. But if we actually have a good, solid, healthy relationship, what is the point of criticism? Well, this is hurting me and I want us to fix this problem. I think this is hurting you and I want us to fix this problem. This is a problem and I want us to fix this problem. And generally there's that sense of support. There's that sense of I'm offering you this criticism and I am here to help. How do we do this? Now, they're not gonna do it for you. I don't need Casey to do everything for me. She would try if I let her, and then I'd have to yell at her because she would get burnt out. But there is that sense of, how can I support you in fixing this problem? Because
Mhm.
it causes pain, and pain makes us not as good as we could be for each other.
Communication is key, friends. Proper
Mhm.
communication is key,
Absolutely.
not violent communication.
No. Those I like being boring. I like just sitting on a couch. I like low drama. Those relationships where it's high conflict and high passion, like, I do not want to be throwing things at a wall and screaming and then end up in a bedroom. No, I don't got the energy for that. Mm-mm.
Same. I am perfectly good with the fact that our relationship is boring
Yes.
85% of the time.
Hmm.
There's passion
Yes.
when it needs to be, but for the most part, we coexist. We got kids. We live our lives, and we talk about our day. And then we're like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
It's bedtime. Let's go watch
Yeah.
Bridgerton.
That's exactly, exactly. We are watching actually right now because we are nerds and like correcting each other on random trivia of nerddoms. So it is fun.
Award.
And then
Yeah,
oh,
it's
it's
good.
awesome. But that's it. It's like it's comforting and it's familiar and it's stable and it's that knowledge of I can go through my day and I can have a very high stress day with high need clients and with all of this stuff and with dealing with this personnel problem and this financing problem and all of this stuff. And I can come home and go, hi, we can sit in silence and stare at a wall for a while because I can't talk. Thank you. Yeah.
Yes.
I do still need to put away the dishes, but I can sit for a while and not talk.
Yep. And that's cool. That's like
Mhm.
low drama. All about that life. That's how ours goes. It's good with it.
So much so.
I
It's
don't
just
need you to be at my butt and talk to me 24/7. I talk all day long.
yes, and just some days I am just out of words. Some days I need to, like, sit and ramble for a while, but some days it really is, I'm out of words. I gave everything I had, and I need to recharge and just know that I can lean up against you or pet the dog or go brush the horses or something and not have to talk to be heard,
Yes.
and that's okay.
Yes. Absolutely. So let's talk about some strategies for overcoming our resistance to
Mm.
receiving or asking for help.
Oof. It's hard. It is very hard. I know. I know there's fun word games and stuff we'll play, like, where we're like, no, you said I got to say something, or you agreed with me for half a second, therefore I get to say you're cute." There's fun things we'll do like that. But a lot of it comes down to not, the humor works because then we can laugh about like, yeah, haha, okay, I got like such a compliment from you, or yeah, okay, I did admit I needed help. Now you can help me. And that helps to break the tension, go into that humor piece that we talked about the other time. But it's also then coming back to, I really need something. Can you listen to what I need? Or I'm struggling in this area. I would like to hear from you what you're seeing from me in this area.
Mhm.
And then breathing. Don't hold your breath and get everything ready and all tense. Okay. I have to trust you not to hurt me. You're going to say something that's going to sound harsh, and I have to trust the intention behind it. So I had to know the intention behind it. Can we
Mhm.
set that intention before the criticism, before the offer of help? You are not offering to help because I am weak. You are not trying to take over because you think I'm incapable, because you think I'm not good enough, because you think I can't do it, because I am worthless to you. You are taking over because you care, because you see I'm struggling, because you see I'm tired, because you know this feeling too.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you feel capable in the moment, always, I am a pauser. Always take that pause and really take a minute to ask yourself first, how am I feeling? Why am I feeling so defensive? Or why am I feeling like they are saying this? And then ask them. I think it's perfectly okay to say, this is the way I'm receiving this. Is this your intention?
Absolutely, definitely. I mean, there's so much of, if you get in that defensive argument, you were fighting against all of the ideas in your head, all of the voices in your head, all of the past times you fought through this in your head, all of the things you've told yourself, and not the person that's in front of you. The person that's
Mhm.
in front of you that loves you, that chooses every day to stay with you, that actually sees value in you, wants to be with you, wants the best for you, and is just trying to talk to you about that.
Yes. Remembering we're not all perfect.
No.
And sometimes communication, even your partner may not be relaying what they're trying to say in the way that they are meaning to say it.
Especially if they're doing the same pattern. Their defenses
Yes.
are up too. If they're feeling attacked, if they're feeling worthless, if they're feeling like, hey, I'm just trying to help you. And you are telling me that I can't help you. I'm not good enough to help you. My help isn't wanted or accepted when I can see you're struggling. So even my help isn't worth it. Yeah. Back and forth of that is like, wait, we're both hurting. Where are we at? What do we need? Who do we want to be for each other?
Yeah.
No, do
We're
we?
hurting. So why are we hurting each other?
Yeah. Yes. It's like, do we honestly work together to make each other stronger and better and healthier humans, or do we want to cut each other down? Do we want to make each other less than somehow so that we look better without doing any work? And there
Yep.
there are times when we're all gonna do that stuff. There are relationships where we get stuck in those patterns of, "I'm just hurt so much right now, I can't be good for you." That's not the time to offer criticism. That's not the time to have the talk. That's the time to go sit on your bed, to go walk the dog, to go pet the horse, to go say, what am I doing? Do you want to be in this relationship? Remind yourself, what is this relationship? Who is this person to you? All of that.
Yeah, absolutely. And
Mm,
one thing that I offer to a lot of my clients, I do it myself. I don't know about you, but intrusive thoughts run
mhm,
rampant in my brain. And if I am already anxious, they're even worse. And then
mhm,
they feed. It's like a big jumbly tumbleweed. They just keep growing. Um, so encouraging yourself to write down those thoughts.
mm,
Do these have merit? What is this bringing up for me and why? Why is this feeling so big? And I always get, I hate writing. Girl, me too. So do a voice diary.
yeah.
We all have some form of iPhone or Android phone, and they all have voice memos.
Mhm,
Create something where you can verbalize or write down or process through your own thoughts. So you're not putting your shit on somebody else. Allow yourself to process that before you expect somebody else to process it. Because if you don't understand it, they certainly aren't going to.
mhm. Yeah, because that will cut down the, "Oh, you're mad at me because I didn't put the toilet seat back down," into, "Hey, you're mad at me for this, and I went back into every other time someone has yelled at me when I did something for my own benefit because it hurt them and made me feel like I wasn't allowed to take up any space or I wasn't allowed to do something for me." So it's not actually about the toilet seat, which is a totally separate conversation, but it is about how I'm allowed to fit in space and what I am fighting for of my own existence. And that's why I was so defensive towards you. And it's not actually you. Can we take a step back? Yeah.
So
Mhm. But so many of the times, especially in relationships, it's not about the argument. I mean, whenever I do couples therapy, I come out of it thanking Casey for being who she is and telling her how much I love her and asking her what more I can do for her. But I also like look at them and like, I don't really need the details of this argument. It is not actually about this thing. Like, you're hyper focusing on this thing, but I want you to take a step back and take a breath. And where else have you felt this in your life? What other people have brought up this feeling? What is this feeling about? What important part of you are you trying to protect right now by fighting so hard? What is this value? What is this sense of self? What is the thing that is worth fighting this hard? Because that thing probably is worth fighting this hard for, and it's probably not about the cap on the toothpaste that didn't put back or whatever it is that sparked the latest argument. It's not about that thing. It's about this bigger
yes,
sense of you in relationships and you with yourself.
yes. How are you showing up and why?
Mhm. Yeah. And how have you learned to show up in order to try to get your needs met, but they're still not really being met?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it is hard.
Anxiety, friends. Get you some wine. You'll make it through it.
Hmm.
Cups are
I think
empty, so I guess
I
that
think
is
my
the end of
times
our
are good.
podcast.
I think so. Thank y'all for coming, for listening again. If you want to listen to more, you can find us on anywhere you can find your podcasts. I mean, I was going to say StreamYard, but that's where we're recording. That's not where we're on. We're on Spotify. We're on Apple Podcasts. We're wherever you can find your podcast. We are on YouTube if you want to see our lovely faces and how much we are actually drinking wine and gin and tonics and trying to keep up with us today. This is my after patients class. I have a before patients ego and I have an after patients mind mug. It's great. If you want to see us, come find us on YouTube. We are there. If you want to see the fun bits that we're cutting out at the front of this, we don't have the OnlyFans yet, so you'll have to find it on Patreon. Sorry. That one's not for free. A lot of other nonsense is. Probably not that combo. Be pictures in the future.
I need to get a pedicure first.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know.
Come
Is it worth more
join.
money without?
I guess it depends on the fetish.
That's true. That's true.
The things to research. Other than our weirdness, come join us in our communities. We are on Facebook, we are on TikTok, and we are on Instagram. I feel like Facebook is where we are the most active. But we are willing to communicate and engage with you, and we want to build our community and hear about how anxiety is impacting you and what you're doing to overcome it and how we can help you overcome it. So come find
Absolutely.
us, come talk.
We are here. We exist. We will talk back, either politely or snarkily, depending on how much wine we have had at the moment, and on what you want. Call for what you want from us. It's all fine. But thanks for joining us, everyone, and we will talk to you soon.
Have a good night.